Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'll announce the giveaway real quick. Here's the giveaway for today. Hashtag KMT. I can finally show it on all of my screen. There we go. Beef liver supplement.
Because you don't have a green screen. That's you got your real.
My real office, my real studio.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I'm back. I'm feeling amazing today. I talked to Dr. Boz yesterday and Dr. Obadi yesterday, and just talking to them healed me.
I love that.
And a little JC. That might have come in. A little prayer.
Sure.
And Chris Cornell's here with us today. Dr. Nelson, of course, and Alia. I've got our Instagram on. I've got our Kill Somebody Tribe on. And we're live on a little of everything today, right?
Yeah.
And I went to my 40-year medical school reunion, and I've been sick ever since. My bowels have said, stay close to the bowl. And I've been like, what? I've been on ivermectin, Flagyl, and omega-3. I can't remember what else. And then suddenly yesterday, after talking to my good friends, the Dr. Boz and Ovadia, it all stopped.
I love that.
And the interesting part is Dr. Nelson's been telling me, what's the test you want me to get, doctor?
You can call it a few ways, but the NMR lipoprotein, basically it's a cholesterol, advanced lipids or cholesterol fractionation.
And because, I've had some reports that maybe there's some advancing lipoproteins trying to take me down. And I've been a little resistant, but I'm feeling back and better. I'm taking Dr. Nelson's advice, doing the tests. And what are we talking about today? What's the invocation today?
Chris Cornell's story.
Well,
he's got a great story.
Yeah. Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Where are you located?
I'm about an hour north of New York City.
Oh, great.
Okay.
I thought you were on the East Coast. That's much better.
Yeah. An hour.
That is
north of New York City.
Oh, East Coast, West Coast. Yeah.
An hour north of New York City and above, which is all upstate New York. I call it the other New York.
I'm part of the other New York, although I'm an LA kid.
So please, if you have any questions, put them in the box, in the chat. KMT for is that the organ mix or the liver capsule?
Beef liver.
Okay. And I'm having some water with my electrolytes here. So put QQQ in front of the questions, put them in the chat. And do we have any other announcements, Alia?
Yes. In 4 days, wait, can I count? Yes, in 5 days, we are starting the additional tiers of the Kill Somebody Tribe, where you get additional calls on Tuesdays and Thursday nights and access to the 30-day carnivore course. If you are a member of the KMT, I've given you actually an additional discount. So you got to be a member of the tribe for free, and then you get an additional discount to sign up for the monthly or yearly membership. So Dr. Nelson will be doing calls on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, Tuesdays with coaches and Thursdays with doctors and specialists. We've got basically everybody lined up until the end of the year confirmed for our calls. So there you go.
And last night I was in a Healing Humanity live stream, and someone was asking about the additional tiers. If you go into the Kill Somebody Tribe, you'll find the description of what you get as the benefits. Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. And we're still taking applications. You don't have to apply. You just have to go through the process for the new class. For the new class, starting forget the date, but sometime
October 15th. October
Okay.
15th. It was the first, but we moved to the 15th.
All right. So Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know who you are, what you do, and tell us your story. And I noticed that you're a metabolic health provider.
Okay, well, I'm currently working as a health coach in the Ovadia Heart Health telemedicine
Awesome.
practice. That's the latest news in my life. I've been doing that since January, and it's been a great development. But I guess my story, as far as anyone listening is concerned, really started when I was 51, and I stepped on the scale in my mom's condo when I was visiting her, and I hadn't stepped on a scale in a long time, and I saw the number 278 staring back at me, and I was really shocked, stunned actually, and realized I had to do something to bring that under control. And I had tried for decades really to figure out a way to lose weight. My health, how I was feeling was also pretty low. And it was through the low carb diet, which I discovered in January of 2018, that everything sort of changed, and I lost 80 pounds. And I've been down at a healthy body fat level for almost 8 years now, and that sort of set a series of things into motion that really changed my life, and culminated with becoming a health coach. But I've had the opportunity to work in the low carb space, interviewing a lot of experts in the field, including Dr. Kiltz, but being able to talk to doctors and researchers and PhDs and fitness experts, I've been able to really change my own life, and I saw an opportunity to be able to try to affect the same type of health and fitness and lifestyle changes in others. So that's where I'm at right now.
What things were there other identifiable or diagnosed chronic conditions that you had along with the 272 pounds?
Let's see. I didn't catch that whole question, but as far as some of the things that changed in my life, I dealt with chronic breathing issues for my whole life since I was a kid. Trouble getting a full breath of air, really trouble with a bunch of different aspects of breathing, which I later discovered in 2018 was partially due at least to sarcoidosis, which is an autoimmune condition. When I went on low carb, when I eliminated sugar and processed carbs from my life and got rid of seed oils, mysteriously that breathing issue just disappeared within like less than a month. And I had other things like chronic headaches, and there were, dry, itchy, rashy skin, things like that. I know I have other autoimmune conditions, but the way I felt, the way I, went through life completely changed.
Very good. How about prescription medications you were taking before? And are you still taking any?
No, I was fortunate, despite weighing 200, despite my weight, I was not on any prescription medications. Fortunately, I did, and I went on a plant-based diet for the better part of 10 years, and I ultimately ended up with a severe B12 deficiency due to my lack of understanding of that whole issue. But I fortunately did not have any major diagnosed medical conditions, so there were no prescriptions that I was on, and I continue to be that way.
Dr. Kelsey, we're going to say something.
What do you um, espouse the cause of the diseases we're suffering from, and what advice do you think we've been misaligned with has been our biggest problem over the years? We're in different solar systems.
I did not
today.
hear the question.
What do you espouse the causes to our biggest problems, and how do we make the changes individually, and who should we listen to out there?
I've become a big fan of gathering as much information as possible, and as individuals, I think we have to treat our lives as n equals 1 experiments. I don't have the knowledge that someone like you has, Dr. Kiltz, or Dr. Nelson, but the knowledge is available, and I go to as many conferences as I can, like the Symposium for Metabolic Health, where I saw Dr. Kiltz deliver a presentation in San Diego just last month, and I think we all owe it to ourselves to get as much information as we can and make intelligent choices that usually, when it comes to lifestyle, fortunately, they can often involve very low risk decisions, experimenting with taking things that might be causing us problems, and go on a ketogenic, carnivore, low carb diet that's well constructed, and there's very little chance of something going wrong. And if you pay attention to yourself, you can make, I mean, I've seen it now with over the last 7 or 8 years, just the stunning changes that regular people have implemented in their lives. I mean, people that have lost 150 pounds, people that have come off all different things. And now as a health coach, I'm seeing it in person with actual patients as part of a medical team, where I am seeing people that, just earlier this year, we had a pilot who had been grounded from his career with type 2 diabetes and a A1C of 10.1, and he just got his medical clearance back, and he is going back to the career that he loves and supports his family. His A1C dropped below 5.4, and he lost more than 60 pounds in the process. But those are changes that are happening every week with people who are coming off medicines, and just simply doing it with intelligent lifestyle changes.
Do you think the community? Tell us a little bit about your thoughts on coaching and the community that we're all attracted to, as just simply showing up as one of the most important things we can all do. How important it is for us to just show up in this community that we've all sort of been attracted to, and again, in the keto carnivore world. What are your thoughts on how important that is?
Can you just rephrase that? How important it is to show up?
Yeah, the community alone, and just somehow, as we just show up in this community, and the ideas and the energy and the camaraderie seems to help us all move to a new lifestyle. That doing it alone, it's harder.
Yeah, well, back when, shortly after I started, just to talk about the power of community, I was diagnosed with cancer in the fall of 2018. I had already lost my weight, and I thought I was at the healthiest I ever had been, and obviously there was a problem. Diagnosed with cancer, and I was just starting to get some followers on X because of my success with the weight loss. And I never really been a public person. And I remember I put a question into my Twitter feed and asked if anybody would be interested in following along on the journey. And I probably had a few hundred followers at the time. And I wasn't sure if people were interested in hearing about more than my weight loss. And the response was not only very positive, but very supportive. And I think that was extremely helpful in my life. So that was, as I went through my radiation and chemotherapy, and fortunately it was successful. And the I was declared cancer-free after my treatments, and it's now been 6 years. But I still can remember the people who supported me on that journey, and it taught me a lot. I used to ask my followers for recommendations for songs to play while I was getting my radiation treatments, and it started to pick up where I had music recommended from my friends on Twitter every day. So I'd be listening to like Boston, More Than a Feeling, because Mike recommended that song. And I never forgot that. I now see that there's people on X who have kicked their alcoholism. I know people that have are 20 years sober now who are helping other people on X with problems drinking, people that are trying to lose weight, people that are going through all sorts of things. So I think it's very powerful. And I think that community is probably one of the most important things in just getting through this thing we call life.
How are we doing on comments and questions today?
We got some questions.
Yeah.
Sean, what would be a good first meal after a 36-hour fast?
Maybe Chris, you could comment on that, and what are your thoughts on fasting, and what can people do sort of to refeed once they've done that fast?
My thoughts on fasting. I've definitely used fasting on a lot of in the process of losing weight. I found that changing the foods that one eats makes fasting a whole lot easier. I think a lot of people try to fast early on to lose weight. When you change the foods that you eat, when you prioritize protein and eat healthy fats, your body achieves satiety, and all of a sudden fasting becomes much more natural. I did time restricted eating for 5 years, where I was doing basically a 17/7 fast every day. And then in the midst of that, I did some longer fasts, never anything really long, but I've gone 3 days, and I think it's an extremely beneficial thing to do, particularly if you're able to, just eat the right foods. I think I trained for my first ever marathon, my first and only marathon, at the age of 58, and I had met Dr. Boz in Boca, and I was only 6 weeks away from the marathon, and I had some trepidation and some about even doing it, completing it. And Dr. Boz tried to talk me into doing some fasting, and she talked me into doing her 21-day keto kick program. And I said, "Are you serious? I mean, how am I going to train for a marathon while I'm?" And I remember her saying that she would. I said, wouldn't you be concerned that there'd be some risk involved? And she said, "No, I would recommend it for my own brother." So I did her fasting. I did sardine fast right in the middle of the coming down the home stretch for my marathon training, and had some of my best training runs either fasted or fasted on sardines, and it was an enlightening experience. I'm a fan.
So sardines are good refeed. I do some bone broth and some eggs, and sometimes a little hamburger meat. I'm a raw meat guy, but I've begun to add some fish and chicken.
Fish.
And soften the carnivore concepts. Invite all of our brothers and sisters.
Exactly. Dr. Nelson, can you read this one?
Yes, Sharon asks, with sarcoidosis, I heard it was metal shavings in the lungs. Do you work in a factory or work in cars? However, I highlighted this as a question because I put the answer here. No, it isn't metal shavings. The exact cause of sarcoidosis is unknown, but it is believed to be autoimmune, where the body immune system mistakenly attacks health tissues. Dr. Kills, what is the common thread with the autoimmune conditions?
Well, it's kind of like working in an automobile factory. There are foreign particles that we breathe, drink, and eat, or get through our skin in ways that actually are the antigenic things that cause all our disease, whether it's a microbe, a chemical, a plant antigen, or other antigens of other things, including potentially even in the meat we eat, there could be antigenic components. But essentially, last I looked, you got to kind of breathe, drink, and eat something every day. And so we're not getting out of this alive, by the way. We're just making ourselves really good fertilizer. But
we're not getting out of this alive.
And a lot of variety ain't good. So it's kind of like being married and having a boyfriend or girlfriend on the side. Usually doesn't bode well for us.
John Bain says, oh, go ahead.
No, I just want to mention I said that I had experienced some incredible positive effects from a low ketogenic diet with respect to my breathing issue. One thing I have not been able to figure out is the cause of my vitiligo, which is also an autoimmune condition. So I obviously have or had at least 2 different autoimmune conditions. I know some people have experienced improvements in vitiligo through carnivore diet. So far, I have not, but I just throw that out there. I know that I definitely was dealing with at least 2 autoimmune conditions.
Has by any chance has the vitiligo gotten worse after you went carnivore?
You were going in and out, Dr. Nelson. Sorry about that. Couldn't hear you.
Has it gotten worse, the vitiligo?
The vitiligo actually took a turn for the worse during my radiation treatments, particularly in the neck area, when the radiation seemed to exacerbate the vitiligo. I know that vitiligo does respond to insults, to like cuts and scars. It can get worse. I've definitely noticed, but now it seems to be leveled off. It hasn't gotten worse over the last couple of years.
I mean, essentially, radiation is inflammatory.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, autoimmune diseases are inflammatory insults that cause immunologic reactions. Your body is not automatically attacking you. It's inflammatory foreign particles that the body reacts against. So there are really no such things as autoimmune diseases. There are immunologic disorders that we've labeled as autoimmune because they call idiopathic, which means we're idiots because we're not really understanding that it's likely plants and proteins and microbes and macrobes and chemicals and all those sort of things. And last I looked, radiation is kind of deadly. But but it's a treatment for
Yeah.
cancer,
I
which secondarily causes cancers.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's one of the possible side effects.
You know, a side effect of all therapy is the risk of fertilizer, becoming fertilizer.
Fertilizer faster.
Was that another question, or there's a comment there?
Comments and a question. John Beatty Art at Robert Kiltz MD. You were the first person I ever heard carnivore from when you did a 5 a.m. on Instagram. Took a while to wrap my head around it, but you're here.
And you know, a lot of what I'm recommending is we soften the tone of carnivore to invite all of our brothers and sisters at all levels to think keto, paleo. To me, it's these are things that can be helpful for a lot of people without going strict carnivore. Even though I think it's probably one of the best therapeutic things you could do, along with fasting for at least 22 days.
Because that's 2 days more than Dr. Nelson.
Oh, he did 22, didn't he?
Did you do 22 days or 20 days?
I did 22.
Oh, okay.
And by the way, a question before on how to break it. I broke the 22-day fast with a 16-ounce bone-in ribeye.
Wow.
And
That's
quite
intense.
commonly, I just go right to ribeyes myself, and I 99% do good. But sometimes you got to be close to the bowl.
Okay. Thank God it's Friday. Ali and Elsa killed all my friends. Glad you're feeling better. There you go. And there's a question here. Elke, thoughts on whether or not to do chelation for heavy metals and toxin removal? Best ways to do both.
Chelation.
Chelation. Why is there a ch in there?
It's because English is a weird language, okay?
Thank you. Yes. So there you go. Whoever has the answer to this.
Dr. Kills?
I don't know that answer quite well, but it is something that is utilized for sure. But I'm not an expert on it, and I know people have used charcoal as and other substances chelating the gut. I guess the question is about chelation through the bloodstream. I don't know that we really have satisfactory knowledge on that, but I think the best way to remove heavy metals is to remove them from your environment so they don't get in your body, and then your body naturally begins to heal and remove them. That's for sure. Dr. Nelson, do you have any thoughts?
Not in particular. I mean, is the treatment of choice for some documented heavy metal problems. You know, you have mercury and others. Also, it's used in the functional medicine world to improve supposedly atherosclerosis. I never used it, never was involved with doing any type of IV chelation. Yeah. So don't have more information than that.
I know someone out there has got some directions and that, and maybe we could get some other ideas and thoughts. But again, it's the best way to sort of like, how do you detox from alcohol?
Stop drinking it.
Stop drinking it, and then stop also feeding your gut fermentable foods that also make alcohol. Auto brewery syndrome.
I think that was all the questions. We got one more. Oh, that's one we looked at. If anyone else has any questions, please put them in the chat.
I mean, our environment through an industrialization of our world has sort of put us in a highly toxic, chemical-laden environment, which it's not just the foods, but the things we breathe, drink, and eat in the houses. And kids like to lick things, and the lead cane that has been a problem for so many. Mercury but the things we breathe, and then the acid rain, and the smog and smoke. I mean, cars and and everything. So it's something that we don't know the untold number of people that are suffering, but it's significant, and that's why we want to do our best we can to clear the world. I've been talking to Lisa Wiedemann and others about our lights. Here I am. I'm on. I got to have lights to or I should do candlelight, right? But it's quite interesting that no matter what we're doing, there's something. We have all this technology and how that's affecting us, right? And some of us might want to just go up to the hills and get away from all this stuff and turn off all this, the yickety yak of social media and things. But I don't know, it's still part of our current.
I mean, I live up in the hills and the air is much better up here. The air is much better, but I still got the social media.
There's something's rising up there too.
Yeah. It's true.
We're all fertilizers someday, right?
Yes.
Make it the best you can.
It is overwhelming to think about all the toxins that is around us all the time. So that's why it's beautiful, loving, no matter where you're at in the world, mindset is the master set. Always think of good, kindness, love, generosity, forgiveness. That's really, really it. It's the thinking of how terrible it is. Just make you crazy, right? What was that last comment? Did you take it down? I didn't.
No, I accidentally touched on that, and it wasn't.
It's what plant foods do you offer in the ketogenic lifestyle, Chris? And your thoughts that some are okay, some are not okay. Do you have any good or bad in the plant world?
Well, I think that people have to be certainly they need to be observant and pay attention to what's working for them. I mean, if you if you eat anything and then you pay attention to the responses you have, you do get, at least for a lot of foods, you get some signs that they're not agreeing with you. So I think as Dr. Ovadia wrote in his book, Stay Off My Operating Table, and I think most of us know that Dr. Ovadia is primarily of a carnivore mindset, but he believes that we're best sticking with one ingredient, real whole foods, and paying attention to what's working. So some people seem to be able to tolerate more than others. I do eat, some certainly some non-carnivore foods in my diet, but I stay away from grains. I stay away from refined carbs. I stay away from added sugar. I eat some fruit. I eat some green vegetables. I eat a lot of meat, eggs, Greek yogurt, things like that. I've experimented a lot with a lot of different ways. I mean, I've gone carnivore for periods of time. I have tough time. I used to be completely addicted to carbohydrates, and I've not been. I always seem to have some sort of craving for some level. So I do eat some.
I'm addicted to life.
Well, that's a good thing to be addicted to.
Yeah, it's good. I'll do some French fries, extra crispy, dipped in either butter or duck grease mayonnaise, and that's my from time to. Oh, and then ice cream. I do some chocolate sometimes, and I'm back on enjoying a little coffee too.
I love coffee.
And I will sometimes do an extra filthy, dirty blue cheese stuffed olive martini. Minimize. I'm a good minimizer from time to time. I typically we're going to do a 5-day fast. We have the dates for the 5-day fast, Dr. Nelson.
I'm sorry, what was the question?
The October.
October. Yeah, you said the first Monday of October, right?
Right. Yep.
October 6th.
Yep. 5 days. If you want to do longer or shorter, join us. 1 day, half a day. I mean, I typically do only my one meal at night. I don't snack, and it's usually steak, but now I'm having some salmon. It said eat more fish. Okay. I have it black and blue, rare to raw. No more lab meat though.
That's just-
But no matter
when
where
you
you're at,
say that, I'm wondering if it's not real meat. Did you eat like fake meat that was like lab grown?
maybe it's, but it sure was a carcass hanging on a hook. Who knows?
Fine,
Maybe that's
fine.
their new lab meat, right? It's
Oh
like
gosh.
you would think it's comes from what is it? The 3D printing cows.
Chris, I have a question for you. What's your favorite cut of meat?
Oh, I think I'll go with ribeye. I don't eat them a lot. I'm not rich enough to eat ribeyes every night like I would like, but I'd go with ribeye.
And when you have a steak, whether it's ribeye or anything else, how do you cook it, or how do you request it if you're at a restaurant? You do medium rare. What do you?
Medium rare. That's what my preference is. I'm not super picky. I can eat it a little bit more or less, but that's my preference. And I like cooking on the grill, but that's when I cook at home. I'm outside on the grill. I live in New York, so but I don't mind grilling in the snow, grilling in the sun. Doesn't matter to me, or the rain.
Good. What do you have there, Dr. Kiltz?
Where's the link that everyone can get a free digital copy download, Alia?
Oh, I'm gonna put it up right now.
No, where can people find the link? On Dr. Kilt's front and center, right?
Yes, very soon. If it's not there, it'll happen very soon. Today.
Get Mooney's team to it's like we gotta again, and this is the first. We'll come up with the next one in January, but we got to add my book list, and we got a lot of other things, but it's stories. We got Miss Alia. We got Kelsey and Lance, and we got Papa. So we got really some stories. The whole intention is everyone's story is going to go into this for the next 1,000 years to tell the story, and they're going to go like they were the first, right? They paved the way. The pasture, they sowed the seeds for the cows.
What is the last story on that magazine there? What is it?
Oh, well.
No. Oh, Alia is there.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Someone said that to me yesterday. Congratulations.
Everyone's story is part of the digital version going, and this is critical because your story is so powerful. And again, we're all going to have bumps in the road and faults and failures and this and that, but your story, that's it.
That's right. I want Chris's help with this.
John,
John, she says she's binging in a binging loop, eating lots of desserts. She doesn't have it in her house, but she'll go out and eat and binge the desserts. And she's asking because she feels bad about it. So,
don't feel bad.
This?
Don't feel bad. Remember, give goodness to all things, right? But I'm a lion. Have some of Kiltz's ice cream. Throw in a little chat from time to time. It's okay. It's okay. To me, I'd rather have some Kiltz's ice cream than broccoli.
I can't do broccoli. I'll be sick again for 3 days.
Are humans emotional?
Yes.
Oh my God. It's okay to be emotional.
It's okay. I'm curious though, if she says she's craving all this sugar, but doing a carnivore diet, what should she do to kill the sugar cravings? That's what I want to know.
Eat meat.
Eat
Hang out
meat.
with us every day and clear the environment. Only have meat, bacon, eggs, butter, beef, and salt. Right? Dr. Nelson, what were you going to say?
Definitely eat meat. And, listen, we all struggle, right? We can all do things that we know we shouldn't. But if you make up your mind that the next time you feel like having something sweet, but you have meat available, or you have one of the things I do is fat trimmings, fry it up. Even if you're destroying the structure of the fat, if you don't want to have it raw, by the way, raw tastes fine, tastes good, but fry it up some fat trimmings and have that with a little bit of salt, and let that be your dessert, or if you're feeling like you want to have something,
And
put some salt in your mouth.
Yeah.
Now the other part of that is so the fat, and this is why I do my ice cream. It's mostly eggs and cream. It's high fat. Even if you sprinkle on a little bit of honey, a little bit of allulose, or so few berries, again, when you give negative to the thing, it creates more negative than actually the thing is. But it's because amino acids and sugars metabolize the same. So I give myself a little bit of honey and some cream and eggs, ice cream. Some people the Greek yogurt, get a really good raw yogurt, sprinkle a little honey, enjoy a little bit. Again, because it's the problem is we're eating low fat, which is our biggest problem, I believe. And I typically don't do yogurt, but lately I've been since I ravished my gut and killed all the microbes, which in general, I'm not a microbe guy. I think they're trying to kill us, but I'm like, okay, I got to do something here. And I did some yogurt and a little bit of Akkermansia.
What's Akkermansia?
It's those microbes.
Oh, okay.
I'm refeeding the guts because but again, it's now suddenly I'm better. Why? I don't know. God said, not yet. No,
Not yet.
Please,
No, not yet.
Please keep them there. Don't burn him. We're not ready for him to be back yet. And Renee makes her own yogurt, and again, the fun part is look at Bella, Courtney, look at our good friend Jenny Minnich and Maria Emmerich, and that we're all here together, right? And is there one way to do this?
No, there's multiple ways to do it, and I
enjoy a cookie, cake, or ice cream from time to time, and I'm not going to give it any negative thought.
Don't give it any negative thought. We got some more questions here. I'm gonna pop this one up first. France, I'm gonna mess up your last name. La Rebelle. Hello, can you talk about stage 4 endometriosis? Is carnivore diet will fix it? I know that carnivore diet will definitely help with endometriosis from personal experience, but I don't know what stage I had. Dr. Kiltz, what stage you are the worst?
Endometriosis is bowel inflammation that goes out the bowels into the female pelvis, either directly through the epithelial cells, or it goes out the rectum, anus, into the vagina, cervix, uterus, tubes, and ovaries. So it's mostly an infective disorder to me, chronic bowel inflammation. And absolutely, fasting and carnivore, like fatty meat, salt water. And I love Malden salt, Redmond salt, Himalayan salt, Baja Gold. I mean, Siesta Key salt. Make your own salt. But I think, yeah, carnivore, I believe, for all disease is like massively amazing. And I think that's what we're all sharing. And Chris, what's your background? Are you a medical doctor?
No, not at all. I'm a digital marketing person, a writer, and I've done that for quite a while.
And so ultimately, what we're realizing today is the modern medical system has been making us sick. And we doctors went to medical school and were taught basically a direction that I think is completely wrong. And we need to be stopped searching for more money in this business. But how do we help more mommies, men to be masters? And meat is the master meal. I mean, think of carnivore not as only eating meat, but a lifestyle like a lion. Okay, you eat some cabbage, some sauerkraut, some fermented foods like our good friend Sean O'Mara, or you do a little bit of broccoli and things like that. It really is it's a lifestyle, and so people like Chris or Ollie or everyone here, and what Dr. Ovadia and Dr. Boz and Dr. Nelson and so many others are doing today, Sean Baker and Rivera Health, is teaching everyone to take control of your life. And as we learn, we teach each other. And so we become our own healthcare providers. And that's why at Kilt's Health, we want to make it, you can order every lab, every test, and you own all of that. And then we can have a coaching time with one of our coaches or one of the Avadia or Rivera Health coaches. And we're all doing this together. That's one of the most important things.
We're all chatting about your name, by the way. Chris Cornell.
You know, I
Do you
had
know who your name twin is?
Of course. He was about the same age as me. He was born about a month apart from when I was born, and I had the opportunity to meet Chris after at an event. The last song that he wrote and performed was for a movie called The Promise, which was set with the backdrop of the Armenian genocide. And at the grand opening for this movie, I worked on promotion of this film. We went to a restaurant in Manhattan, and I had the opportunity to meet him and get a picture with him. And my wife and his wife met and talked. And then, unfortunately, it was about 2 months later that he took his life.
No, it's very sad.
Yeah.
It's life.
It's life.
It's life. And ultimately, you know, all disease, you know, it's just part of the universe, right? And but we're finding some ways that we can all heal. And could vegetarians live a long time and be healthy and well?
Yes.
Absolutely. And so ultimately, we have not found the diet that actually leads to a longer life, have we?
Yet.
Don't know it. We don't know it.
It's true. Terry, I missed the date of the 5-day fast. Was it 6 October? Thanks.
The first Monday of
Yes. The answer is yes.
October. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
And what was the question here? Salt is good. Absolutely. We don't, you know, what is one of the problems, Dr. Nelson and Chris and all of you, that, you know, I mean, what is standard medical advice? Low salt, low fat, and maybe that in and of itself is the problem. And 3 to 6 meals a day. I mean, isn't just, you know, you want to lose weight, eat less, move more and more salt and fat and be joyful in life. Could that be such a simple thing?
Yes. Linda, why after 5 months carnivore am I getting a fever blister? Dr. Kiltz.
Again, everything is out there. Just because you're carnivore doesn't mean something's not going to happen, but oxalate dumping, microbes, everything in what you breathe, drink, and eat. And
did you get them before you were carnivore as well?
Yeah. Next question. Mr. Cast Iron, my wife suffers from neuropathy. Nothing seems to have helped her at all. Do you have any suggestions to help her? She's strict. She's like keto. She's on keto.
Chris,
Neuropathy.
thoughts?
I'm sorry?
Chris, I was going to let Chris jump in on that.
I'm not sure I can help with the neuropathy.
Well, what is neuropathy? An inflammatory condition? Of course it is. And so it's an autoimmune disease. Of course it is, but it's inflammatory. And so how do you fix inflammatory conditions?
Get rid of the things that are causing the inflammation.
Carnivore.
Yeah.
That's right.
Faith, fasting, fatty meat, and just, again, sunlight therapy, get out in life, get walking, get moving. And ultimately, we're all going to be fertilizer, and something is remarkably going to happen to get us there. No matter who you are, right?
That's right.
So, Mr. Cast Iron, depending on the cause of the neuropathy as well, because many things cause neuropathy. It could be from diabetes. By the way, thyroid problems can cause neuropathy. B12 deficiency can cause neuropathy. So it depends on the cause. You either eliminate or supplement what's lacking as well. But a lot of people get improvement of neuropathy with a very low carbohydrate or carnivore diet.
What happened to LCHF? I mean, ultimately, we want to focus on fat in the consumption of this diet because it's the fat that suppresses the inflammation, and that's one of the things that I think we need to talk about. Butter for some people can't tolerate the cow's milk, because technically, once you're done breastfeeding, you should go to meat off the bone instead of milk off the breast. And I think that's one of the things that we're missing. Eat less frequently, eat more fatty meat, add salt, have a good mindset, positivity, love and kindness. Those are really important things that I think will help so many people suffering. Rodjinovic said, carnivore has cured my bleeding gums, floaters. And I know that just infinite people have a story. Any particular stories that you can share with us of one of your clients, Chris?
Well, let's see there. I mean, the one I shared earlier about the pilot, and actually we have a lot of pilots to be honest, because you got people who are, you want to have a good life, a good quality of life, but we have to be able to earn a living for our family. And when they take your ability to do your living, to earn money, the thing that your career is built on. So that was the most impactful thing. And I've only been doing this since January. I was overwhelmed when I saw the situation back in January when this guy came in and he, had his whole future. And we're talking about someone who's not at the end of his career either. And, getting that ability to get your pilot's license back and earn money for your your family. It's life-changing.
Nelson, when we were, was it Columbus we were in, or was it someone's brother was a pilot not working? I think he flew for like
Yes,
FedEx.
it was Columbus, Ohio. He went carnivore that weekend, and he's going to be taking the coaching course.
Yep. And
Yes.
and I'm a pilot, and I know so many pilots are suffering because they're getting, they get hypertension, they get diabetes, they get cancers, just like everyone else. And I just had, every 2 years I have to go get my physical, repeat my physical. And some have to do it every year or even every 6 months. So obviously we're trying to keep all of us healthy. It's good to have a healthy pilot up front that's taking care of 300 plus or minus people out there. And then the keto carnivore concepts are so amazing for healing all these diseases, for sure.
The schedule that a pilot has to live by is brutal. Some of these pilots are, they're living, say, in the United States for a couple days a week on a regular schedule, and then they have to get up at 3 a.m. to go on a transatlantic flight and stay up for, they can't sleep for, their regular schedule. They're throwing that all off. Their cortisol goes up. They're not able to eat their meals while they're, it's the whole life goes into chaos.
But they do have rules, and they have time limits, and
Sure.
and they have restrictions in drinking, which I think is a plus. I think that we need to talk more about, it's sort of like, because airports, you stop at Dunkin' Donuts and all the great places we all love.
Great places.
Well, they're part of our collective, right?
They're part of our culture.
They're part of our culture collective, but now you can get bacon, you can get eggs, you can get some of these things without so let's, sort of, you stop at McDonald's, get yourself some eggs and bacon without the buns and all these places, so rather than chastising all these places, let's find a way that, we can all work together rather than be divisive. I think that's one of the most important parts that we're learning in our current culture. And that's why I'm a big crazy man on this guy, JC. And again, whether you're atheist, agnostic, spiritualist, Buddhist, Muslim, Jewish, Christian, it doesn't matter. We're all one in this world. Then the more we begin to embrace our brothers and sisters around the globe with more love, kindness, and positivity, along with, hey, you're a vegetarian. How can we help our vegetarian brothers and sisters or vegans? And rather than, the pointing the fingers at each other, I think we want to sort of listen, learn, and embrace how we can all get along.
Oh, wow. This hour went by quick. I got to do the, let's see. Share screen.
I have a comment from Instagram I want to read.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Star Blue on Instagram says, I keep cooked beef burgers and cooked beef short ribs in the fridge. So when I get hungry, that's what they do, and basically do OMAD. So that's a suggestion for always have something ready.
Wow.
Yeah.
Roxy, a friend won again. Good job. Congratulations.
And let's make sure everyone has a link. Also, Alia at drkiltz.com. And we'll make sure we have Chris Cornell's link, Dr. Ovadia's link, that we're all coaching and cheerleading together with, where there's infinite tribes, infinite passionate people to help us all heal. Where's the next place you're going to be in this world, Chris, that we get a chance to meet up?
I would love to see everybody at Hack Your Health. I'll be there with the Ovadia Heart Health team. We're going to have probably about 10 of us there, That's going to be great. You're going to be there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kill Somebody Tribe will be there. We'll have a booth there.
We've got about 10 people at our booth also.
Awesome.
But
Yeah.
we're going to have infinite people there as part of the tribe. So Kill Somebody Tribe and Ovadia and Dr. Boz and I mean, all of us together, right? We're all there globally. It's sort of the international global keto carnivore companies that are sharing a message of healing for everyone. And so let's see, it's 7 o'clock. What's on coming up next?
Old Guy
Mitch.
Carnivore.
We love Mitch.
Old Guy Carnivore next. And let's see, I'm going to be in Toronto. I'm sorry, in
Quebec, around Quebec.
in Mount Tremblant, Friday, Saturday, coming up
In a month. In a
in
month.
October. Well, it's coming up pretty quick. So I'm looking forward to that with Scott Everson. And then I'm going to ASRM for the fertility meeting in San Antonio, Texas. Great meeting. We're bringing Kilt's Health. We're bringing CNY Fertility. We're working with all of our brothers and sisters. Remember, we're working to connect and build us all up together. So I'm grateful to Dr. Nelson and Leah and Chris Cornell for really, let's build everyone up together. Thank you to Kilt's Mighty Tribe, Instagram. Any last comments, Chris, before we say goodbye?
No, I love what you're doing. I really enjoyed being on here with you, Dr. Nelson and Aaliyah, and thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank
Have
you
a
for
great
being here.
day, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye all.